and welcome to my channel. Oh, I'm making a noise. It is Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and today I'm going to go through how I am now going to be starting to prep my canvases. So what I'm going to be doing is, when you have a design, so you've got, I'm using this 30 by 30 that I'll be starting on soon. You've got your sticky part in the middle where you place your diamonds, which you need. However, quite often the sticky part can run over onto the side, and this you don't need. Now, I, like many, have for a long time, I have just put washi tape over this. But I've since tested and love a new way of doing this. So this is what I'm now going to show you as a quick tip. And I find this is much cleaner and nicer, especially if you want to frame the image. So you'll need a sort of steel type ruler. You could possibly use a plastic ruler, but I find these are a bit better. I actually think I want my other one, if I can get it off, because I've moved my lights about. So I'm just having a bit of trouble accessing my ruler. Excuse me. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this one just because it's a bit thinner. Now, it does have sort of foamy stuff on the back, so I'm actually going to use it upside down. I don't need to measure. And I'm going to stick this down to the part, the sticky part, that goes over where I need to stick my drills. So I'm going to put that as close as I can get it. And then, making sure you have a sharp knife, I'm going to run this down the edge of my metal ruler. Now, the idea is to run it down, not too firmly, because you don't want to go all the way through the canvas. However, you do want to cut through the glue. And then I'm going to pull my ruler up, and this should have done the glue to the point that I can just pull it up. So I'm getting hold of a corner, and then I'm just going to pull the glue, because basically these big sheets of glue are just like double-sided tape. And there we go. I've just pulled that all the way up, and that is now clean canvas all the way up to my picture. Now, I was just checking. It doesn't go all the way across the top, but it does go across the bottom and the other side. So I've done one side, so what I'm going to do for the other side is I'm going to zoom in a bit for you to give you a different look. But I just wanted to show you sort of a few different views if I can. So again, I'm going to line this up as close as I can to the line, and then let's zoom you in. I'm in for a little zoom. Let's try that. I'm going to move it up. So I'm lined up as sort of close as I can to that little line. Some instances I do have a bigger gap, and then we're just going to use my knife, and I'm just going to score. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on, putting a little bit of pressure, but say not enough to actually cut through the canvas. And then we'll lift this up. And the ruler doesn't move because it's got something to stick to, so that's quite nice. And then let's see if we can zoom in a little bit more and show you, making sure I'm not hitting anything, what we're doing here. So all I'm doing is just sort of pushing it up with my nail and pulling it down with my nail just to the point where I can get hold of enough of it. Enough of the tape. Not sure if you guys can see that properly, but there we go. We're getting started now. And I don't think you can see it because the tape's clear and the canvas is white, but I am just pulling on that tape, and because it's scored, it's just coming all the way off all the way down. And there we go. That is now clear and not sticky, yet the part where I put the diamonds is sticky. And that stops it picking up any bits of lint. I mean, it may still pick up the odd little bit because of course there is a slight sticky residue, but I find that just rubs off with my finger. If I do catch anything, it will just, oh, I've taken you out of shot. If it does catch anything, it'll just rub off with my finger. So that's that side. So let's zoom you back out again. Ooh, not in, out. And then on my last painting, if you did see me get that one prepared, you will have seen me test out this way of doing it. I did leave the bottom because the gap is quite thin. So I'm not sure if you can see. I don't know if it's actually going to pick it up. No, but the double-sided tape only goes to here, the end of my finger, so it's a very thin amount, so it's a little bit thicker, or it was on this side until I took it off. This side only goes up to my finger, but what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to test if it still works on a very small amount, because I'd much rather get it all off from around the canvas as sort of my initial prep. And of course I'm using the other ruler that I wasn't going to use. Look, I've got drawings on the back of this. I've had this one for years. But I'm just using it to go across the edge. Now this one I am going to hold the ruler a little bit better because it doesn't have as much double-sided tape to stick to stop it moving. And let's see if we can still, oh yes. I don't know if it'll peel back as easy. Oh, still peeling off in a strip. There we go. That's all the glue off the bottom, and that only took a few minutes. And I now have my canvas ready, prepped, all the edges, all the glue's off, so it doesn't matter where I start to work on this now. I can still see my key. I'm not going to cover it up with washi tape. I don't need to worry about any of these edges picking anything up. So that is that canvas prepped. Ready for, oh, scroll out, not in. And that is how I am now going to be removing all my sticky from now going forward in preparation for me to diamond paint. So I hope this has been helpful. If you've got any questions, please let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.